Let the unboxings begin. Hey everyone, I'm Devin, your friendly neighborhood board gamer. This is Devin Talks Tabletop, the YouTube channel where the games are made up. What I say doesn't matter. But anyways, I'm still here and so are you. And to be honest, we're both confused about that. This is Endless Winter. I actually just got done playing Endless Winter for the first time last night on TTS, which has a scripted mod, which I greatly appreciate scripted mods, and also appreciated the teach that I got from one Alex Radcliffe. It was very much appreciated. I played last night on TTS with Alex and Meg, which makes me think this is an appropriate time to unbox this. This is Endless Winter from Fantasia Games. They're currently on Kickstarter with Unconscious Mind, which looks gorgeous. But I am unfamiliar with that game based off of the fact that, they helped bring this game to fruition. I'm super excited about whatever they do next. And so Unconscious Mind is one that I will be paying attention to. Endless Winter came out came onto the crowdfunding platform at the same time that Dune Imperium was released and that Lost Ruins of Arnak was released. So there was a lot of comparison, discussion, and all of that stuff. And I can see why with worker placement and deck building that these three games get compared. I think that all of them have substantial things that differentiate each other. But this is the big box here. This game is designed by Kordonskiy with very iconic, memorable, recognizable art from the Miko. And wow, I just cannot wait to jump into this. They've got their flyer for Unconscious Mind right here, which is at the time was saying Q4 of 2022, and that's that they've lived up to that time in terms of. I was about to say they were a little bit late on that, and then I realized it's not 2023 yet, despite that's what my brain thinks. So this has, a solo mode, and it's got a glorious, wonderful description of where everything goes. I'm so happy about that. So let's see. I'm going to start to organize this as much as I can. Here is a nice big spacer, which I imagine by the end of this I will not need. Here are all the meeples. This was fun to be able to see. I've got the upgraded thing that buffs all of these pieces up to resin components, so it looks like it almost fully replaces these outside of the meeples. But yeah, so I've got a little bit of stuff there, which is nice. I think those get separated into the player trays. So I've got all of these player trays here, and I've got all of the board pieces there, but I also have the player mats. So this is a worker placement and deck building game. Man, I'm gonna real quick. So loud. I'm gonna do it to the next one too. I opted for the board that split it up into two different neoprenes rather than one larger neoprene because I like having the option of modularity on the table. So I did a neoprene mat that is right here, which these are the locations that you get to go to every single turn. If you have the rest module in, it will go there. These spots up here are where all of the different tribes members and cards that you can get for placement, and then down here is where all of the culture cards go. This is the totem, and you push those up that track, and it gives you points for resources at the end. It also gives you points and tiered points for how much you are able to get people in your burial mounds. Up here are the tiles that you will grab that are placed on your player board for growth, and this is where the animal deck is placed. And then the other portion that I did not opt to have on the same thing was this space right here. On the right side, you'll have your megalith structure. And then on this side right here is where you kind of have the hex grid, where you've got different locations that grant you benefits during the eclipse phase. So I separated it out into two mats, which who knows, maybe I'll regret that at the end of the day. But I really like having the option of putting stuff on the table where I want them, rather than having one big neoprene mat. So we'll see if that decision is, if that's the right one. We'll see if that's the right one later. But I had a really good time playing this last night. Ooh, Contrary to most games I play with Meg and Alex, I actually won last night, which felt cool because that's not normally what I do. I don't normally win, but this is a game that I ended up getting the Chieftain pledge on. So I've got some like contrast wash minis for the different chieftains that you can have. Super excited about that. I've got all of the different huts that you can have here. All of these are going to be going into these player trays. So I'm going to shift this up a little bit and bring these kind of a little bit more into view. You know, guys, I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn about being better with stuff. So all of these go into the spot here. This was a lot of fun. It's got a lot of things going on. It's got kind of a lot of different decisions. Like, for example, Alex and I played completely differently. Meg kind of played in this halfway zone between both of us and the strategies that she used. But Alex and I played very differently throughout most of the game. He went very heavy into animal set collection and almost crushed us, like almost completely obliterated us in the game. But I don't know. These seemed... Oh, these are for the chieftains. Okay. So these are for the chieftains. I can get these out of there. And this looks like that's where all the megaliths go. And then you have these two markers for every player here. Okay. So this can go 2, and go 2, and go 2, and go 2. And we'll go ahead and come over here where the fancier megaliths are. And get rid of that. And bring out all of these fancy schmancy pieces. So these are the victory point markers. But I had a good time. I kind of focused on trying to create a engine with is abnormal for me. Most of the time, I'm not very good at focusing on creating engines. But I tried to do it to the point where these are the icon pieces. Let's go. These actually look like they're for a canine piece. Anyways, I tried to create an engine on the board where you have the hexes, and I tried to make it to where I was exploring how much I could get from those every single eclipse phase. And I like it ended up working out for me. I got all of my megaliths out a little bit before Alex and Meg, but then also I set myself up to where I didn't get as much efficiency in that as possible because I got rid of my megaliths by the end of the game or before the end of the game, and so therefore I ended up taking alternate rewards from those whenever I had the option of like getting a megalith action because I wasn't able to fulfill that. So that was definitely something that I'll have to account for next time, is figuring out like when to capitalize or finish on certain aspects of the game strategy. That's something that I'll be mindful of. And also I'm excited to check out the different modules. Alex and Meg and I are going to be doing a Play This Not That with all of the different Endless Winter, Lost Ruins of Arnak, and Dune Imperium. We're going to be doing that pretty soon here. Oh, is this a optional 5th player? Oh no, these are everybody gets 2 of the gray ones. That's right. That makes sense. And that also fills that out a little bit more. But no, I still had a really good time. I like this a lot. I've played this and Lost Ruins of Arnak in the space of a week. Prior to that, I'd only played Dune Imperium. And so I didn't have as much, opinion on the description or on the comparison between all of the games. That wasn't something that I, worried about as much. But now, now I have thoughts, and I will share them with you, not immediately, but I will share thoughts on this game. I enjoyed it. I liked it's one of those games where at the outset, you're like, oh, I don't actually have a lot of turns. Because you only have 3 workers that you're using every single round, and you only have 4 rounds with which you're using them. And so that, at the end of the day is like, from the get-go, that feels like a very small amount. But the amount of stuff that you can do, you can take empowered, stronger actions by using more resources at each location, by using labor more often and stuff like that. And so that was a really cool thing to explore as to like how much you were actually able to do. So these do have these do have the burial cap card, the 9 starting cards. This has got the tribe figure. This has got the camps, the 2 tribe figures, the idol markers, the raft token, which I don't know where the raft token is. These are the resource markers. Those are the resource markers. These are not the idol. These are the idol markers, I guess. But those are also similar to these. I'm just going to put these in here as well, I think. Even though... No, I don't. They're unnecessary. I don't need to put extra components in there just for the sake of it. The tribe marker. These are all the scoring markers. I don't know what this one goes to, but I can put these in there at least. Yeah, I don't know what this one goes to, so I'm going to keep it for now. Well, I shouldn't keep it for now. I don't think there's an optional 5th person, so we'll have to figure out what goes there in a moment. We'll have to figure out where that goes, but all of these I don't need, and these idol markers I don't need. What was in here, though? 8 idol markers. So these are the new idol markers. So these replace these. Okay, that's cool. And then the megaliths and the scoring markers, which are also upgraded. Okay, so I don't need these, I don't need these, and I don't need all of these. These are now extra components that I do not need. I don't know where this particular one goes. It goes somewhere. It goes somewhere. Chief and mammoth figures. I guess that's in one of these. So, okay. All right, I think I can separate this out, though, into these pieces. So it's a nice, interesting exploration of, like, how much you can do with a limited amount of actions, because you only have those, like, 12 turns as a player. You have to decide, like, when you want to use certain ones in a way that I think is quite satisfying. So these all look like these all look like solo cards. Is this 24, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16 cards. 17, 18, 19, no, 20, 20. Huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 22. These don't look right. These look like potentially other things. Are these the player aids? Nope. I don't actually know what those are right now. But these are the chief cards. There's 5 chief cards. That goes in this middle section right there. That's where those 5 go. Okay. And then we've got other cards. Here's 1, 2, 3. These are all culture cards. So the culture cards go here. There we go. And then, man, I'm excited to check out the modules for this. This game feels like it could be in the same space for me as like Lords of Waterdeep, where, so Lords of Waterdeep, I say that in the sense that Lords of Waterdeep only has 1 expansion, and it is kind of like, it's like a critical expansion. It's a one that you just keep. You are always going to have that one. So these are 4-player aid. These are the 5 setup cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know where the 5th one went. Is there another small deck somewhere? Or did I drop a card? I don't think I dropped a card anywhere. Where did those go? Oh, those are the other cards. There should be starting hand. These are not... Oh, these are the player aids. Okay. So these are going to go there along with the other 60 animal cards. And then it's got 5 setup cards. There we go. And then Oh, these are also solo cards. I'm betting. Those are 1, 2. Those are 7. And then the other one had 17. Solo Nomad token. I bet this is the Solo Nomad token, maybe? We'll see. Man, guys, I'm killing it right now. Absolutely killing it right now. Okay, so these are those cards, these cards, and the animal cards can all go there. That's perfect. And then we can have the solo cards, which I'll do in a moment. But let's go ahead and get these starter characters done first. There's these cards, and then this is more people. Where are the starters? Here we go. So here's all the red starters. There we go. Here's the red starting cards. Boop. Here's the purple starting cards. Boop. Here's the yellow, and then here's the green. Up. Up. And there's a... Yeah, no, those are the... Oh, I bet a couple of those were... Yep, we're starting idle and starting idle. There we go. Okay. Now we have all the green there. Alright, so all the greens right there. All the yellows right here. Okay, and then we've got starting cards and the burial cap cards, which are these ones here? Yes, these are the burial cards. Okay, perfect. And then this is the culture cap card, I think. So we can put that there. And then we've got these burial cap cards for everybody. This is purple, this is red, this is yellow, and this is green. So I think all of these are technically done now in terms of having all of the components to it. Cool. The player trays all go over there. I'm going to need to take this out, though, and take this out to where I can get access to all of these. There we go. I'll put that in. That can go there. This can go here. And that goes all the way up to the top, so that works. Go ahead and spread those out for right now. Making progress, guys. What was that? What was that? What was that? Oh, that was just one of these cards. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I think that makes sense. 24 cards. And the solo nomad token, which I'm going to assume that's a round marker. So I don't know where the round marker goes. Where does the round marker go? Just in someone's thing? We can put it right there maybe. Those are the rest tokens. Okay, whatever. Whatever, guys. We are making progress here. And by progress, I mean we are not making hardly any progress. This is such a long unboxing. People were like, guys, I left like ages ago. I left ages ago. So these are all the tribe cards. They'll go back here. The chief cards and then the module cards. I guess these are all the modules. So... or these are the module cards. Okay. Put all the module cards there. Boop. Okay. Let's go ahead and, I don't know, I think I should just finish talking about the game and then we'll just call it quits and I'll finish this up off camera. So, what I like about Endless Winter is I like the fact that, number one, you can play multiple ways that hardly ever overlap and still have a competitive score that can go for the win. Alex, for example, went against the grain. He normally is very much a deck builder, and he likes to cull his deck and make a very strong deck. He hardly focused on that at all. I think he maybe went there once all game, or not at all, potentially. And he still almost pulled off the win. because he was very efficient with his engine that he used to create animal collection and bonus scoring based off of sets of animals that he gathered. And he didn't tip them or kill them, for their benefits. He kept them as herds of animals that he maintained with his tribe, and that was very effective scoring at the end of the game. And so I think that you can go about this a couple different ways, and also because of the different expansions that they have, you can really create a setup where you have what you prefer and what you want to play, and you might have one expansion or two expansions that you're always using, and I like that is so modular to the person that wants to play it. I had a good time. It was, my first time, and I moved incredibly slow, as Alex or Meg will easily tell you. Moved super slow throughout that, but had a great time doing it. And would definitely be excited to play again soon. I think we're planning to play with one or more of the expansions coming up to my trip to Cleveland. So this is Endless Winter. If you have any questions about it, if you have any questions or comparison questions to Lost Ruins of Arnak or Dune Imperium, I'll save a lot of my conversational notes for when we talk in person and do that video. But I like this a lot. I'm glad that I got the Chieftain big box so that I can fit all of these expansions in here and get it out of the way. And just have one box that I go to for Endless Winter. And I love stuff like this where I can create player trays that I give out. But I had a really good time. I liked this. I love the production level of it, and I like the gameplay and think it's distinct enough from both of those other two games that people could enjoy all three of them and have a place for all three of them in their collection, especially if you like deck building, worker placement, and those main mechanics. This has got a lot going on, and it's special. It was a lot of fun. I had a good time. So this is Endless Winter from Fantasia Games. This is designed by Stan Kordonskiy, who's also the designer of Resurgence, which I have over there. I'm starting to come around to quite enjoying his designs, so I'm a big fan right now of Stan. All right, well, I'll see you guys next time. I hope you have a good one. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'm going to try and finish getting this mess cleaned up. See ya. Just a side note, Endless Winter in this big box packs away to a satisfying degree. There is enough space in here that I'm still able to put the foam spacers in and have all of the expansions neatly tucked away. I don't have them sleeved, obviously, but man, packs away so nicely, absolutely everything. And even with these neoprene mats that I have, the other boards, naturally, because if you don't get these, they still fit in here wonderfully. So, oof, I just needed to add that on because it was nice. It's nice. Very satisfying. Took me a little bit of time, but it was satisfying. On to the next unboxing.